Hello. Today we're gonna make some coasters. Got just a couple pieces of scrap red oak wood here. Got some pretty grain. We're gonna make some simple coasters. Just gonna use a table saw, a tape measure, and sand them down when we're done and dip them in some stain and call it good. So here we go. So I got my oak. I want my coaster to be long grain, not end grain. So I'm gonna go the extra mile and not just cut it out of a 4x4 like some people say on the internet to do. Anyways, start out, we're just gonna rip it down to 4 inches. Set my table. Okay, now this thing is 1.25 inches thick. I want my coasters to be more like 3/8 or 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna run this through this way 2 times at a 1/2 inch. We'll make them a little thick. Gonna raise that blade so we can get through some of that meat. Scared me a little. This is a saw stop, so it's pretty safe. And I've been using a table saw for many years, so I'm pretty confident on one, but you definitely want to be safe with these. They're dangerous tools. Cut your fingers off real quick. Anyways, now I got these 2 little 1/2 inch plates and a little over 8 inches long by 4 inches. Now, I want them to be 4 inches by 4 inches. I'm just gonna run them through the table saw again so they're nice and perfect. I'm gonna go 3 and 15 and run them through twice actually, so I can make them exactly proportional. There's the first start to our coaster, little 4x4. Since I did it with end grain or long grain and not end grain, it's gonna be nice and tough, hard to break. So now we got 4 little red oak and long grain coasters. But I wanna make them a little fancier. So, you know what? We're not just gonna use the table saw. We're gonna throw a chop saw in here. So let's come over here. To the dangerous chop saw with no guard. Would not recommend. Set that thing at a 45. Find ourselves a little pencil. I want to find kind of where I want to throw that 45 on. Just a little bit on the edge. So I'm just going to mark it with a little scorch so I know where to put my block every time. And we're just going to cut little 45s on there. First little coaster. Do that 4 more times. nice little coasters. Now we just gotta sand them down. I wanted to put a little routed edge on there, but I left my router at work, so we might just do a little extra sanding and call it good on this one. All right. See if we can get an. So this is some fine grit we'll save for the finish. And this was some rough stuff. We got some 80 grit here to start out. Little on the sander, but that's okay. All right. We're just gonna hit the edges. Gives that a nice little smooth edge right there around the edges. I'm gonna leave it flat on the bottom so we have a top and a bottom. And there's your 4 oak coasters. I'm gonna go out to the truck and grab some stain. Gonna dip them in stain real quick and let them dry, and that'll be it for these coasters. That was just a test run coasters. I'm gonna do another do-it-yourself coaster video where I'm actually gonna take a little more time, do a little more meticulous sanding, and use a router to make those edges nice so that it's a little prettier. And those are going to be a gift for some people for Christmas. But anyways, that's a simple way to easily build some coasters. Nice and smooth. Nice, smooth, pretty, and very easy and time efficient. Ooh, I'll drop another video, just a short, of them when they're stained. So, here's the coasters I built, and I am just going to dip them in some stain and let them dry on a board over here, because I'm actually going to sand the bottoms back to raw after I'm done, just to make it obvious which one's the top and which one's the bottom, and give it a little bit of uniqueness to it. Anyways, I got some Olympic Elite Stain Plus Sealant to give it just a little bit of waterproofing so that the coasters will last a little bit longer with that cold beverage on top of them. Let's find a screwdriver here. Guess I'll just go for it. Wow. Pretty cool. Pretty color. Those are them. We'll see how they look when they're all dry. All right. Thanks for helping me and watching me build coasters.